What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm not exactly sure what we're celebrating today, but this is a feast fit for kings. We got a seafood boil on the menu and a fish fry. And I got everybody's favorite uncle in the house.
AB. Now check this out. What better place would I be than right here next to my nephew right here, and I'm in VA where I started my channel, and we doing a seafood boil.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
All right, people, it's time to get to cooking. We're pulling out all the stops today. I have some red snapper. We got some fresh croaker as well that they filleted for us at the international market. Shout out to them for the love. We got the water coming up to a boil for the seafood boil, and AB is working on the hush puppies, right?
That's right, hush puppies. Mine gonna be real easy, man, because it's more like a dump and go.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just dump these. These are equal parts. You know, flour, cornmeal,
Baking
powder. Right.
I'm going real simple today on the fish. Groceries are crazy high right now. One of the cheapest binders you can use is yellow mustard. So that's what we're going with today. We're not wasting no eggs or buttermilk on this. Saving the buttermilk for the hush puppies. Yellow mustard and hot sauce. Little AP seasoning and my seasoned flour. If you haven't tried that yet, you can grab it via my website at mrmakeithappen.com. Takes out all the guesswork and the measurements that you're going to need when it comes to frying fish or chicken or whatever it is you decide to fry.
Wait, I'm gonna go ahead and need some of that. No, I'm gonna need some of your seasoning.
I was about to say.
You know what I mean? This right here, I use as AP seasoning because to me, you know what I mean, if you got to put onion, garlic, and all of that, the traditional, this right here give you the flavors, everything in here.
Yes, sir. So we'll do a light coat of yellow mustard here on the fish. Got a whole crew we're feeding today, so we're gonna, I don't know how many pounds of fish this is. I think it's about 6 whole fish filleted up. I love a red snapper. What's your favorite
I'm
fish?
seasoning, so I'm about to sneeze, man.
Okay. What's your favorite fish?
My favorite fish is mahi. Second would be, really it's like a 1B, and that'd be catfish.
So as you guys can see, it's lightly coated. This is the red snapper fillet. You can tell by the color there. And this one here is the croaker. One of my favorite fish is croaker. Get that very, very prevalent out here in the Chesapeake Bay area. I haven't been fishing in a long time, but
I tell everybody when it comes to, you know, anytime you mixing your flours or your cornmeals and you season it, you got to be able to taste that. If you don't taste your seasoning here, you're not going to have no success.
So now we're going to add in that buttermilk.
Yes, sir. So now we're just looking for a batter type, you know what I mean, something a little bit on the thick side. Okay, so what I did was I just took 4 tablespoons of butter, you know what I mean, keep it nice and cold. Sometimes when I know that I'm making hush puppies, I'll put them in the freezer, right? See how they cube up like this? I just like it this way because it helps melt them, right? So we just put it in there. Even though some of them might drop in here, as you see that little hole, if I move it like that, it's already been cut. You know how I try to bind itself back.
You know one of my favorite things to do?
What is that?
Is to drink while you cook.
Hey, he not lying, folks. Now, cutting them up like this, you guys are going to see, you're going to be thinking like, man, is he going to fold it in like that? I'm kind of like going to fold it, but this just ensures that it'll just get everywhere, and this is going to play a role, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to just keep putting this in here like this, scraping the side with the spatula, making sure that when you guys look on the bottom, we don't run into no flour or no cornmeal down here, right? Then we're going to put this in the refrigerator. And then once we get our oil up to temp, or whenever this is chilled and we want to make the hush puppies, we will. Real easy. All right, folks, look, I've been put on the smoked sausage detail, right? So I want you guys to let us know down in the comment section below, how do you guys cut yours? Do you cut yours like this? Or, because this is a seafood boil, let me just go ahead and square one of these. And I'm going to set this off to the side because it's really like chef's choice, right? Now, seeing how it's both you and I'm going to do it like this, man. Right? Now, you can either cut them down like that, you know, in this type of angle, like this. Or you guys can cut them probably a little bit more like this. You know what I mean? Because everybody want to get them that size. And just the way he was just nodding his head, I think I'm going to go ahead and do them this way.
Can't go wrong. I think the more surface area you create for charring, because that gives a lot of flavor in my opinion. What I like to do for my seafood boils, depending if we're feeding a lot of like a large crowd, we got this big pot we're using today. I like to sear the sausage and then add it to the pot. That way you get some time for that water to come up to a boil because it takes quite a while with a big pot like that. So I'm going to dice up 2 onions here. This is basically going to dissolve into your seafood boil, add a lot of flavor. But you're not going to have big old chunks of onion unless that's your thing. If you want to have big chunks of onion, you can. I like to dice mine up though. Not super fine, but you know, fine enough that it'll dissolve into the seafood bowl, add a lot of flavor.
You know what? For me, I do it. I quarter. I actually really cut it into eighths. You know what I mean?
We got for the citrus today, we have lemon and orange. Orange is going to add a subtle sweetness to a somewhat spicy broth that we're making with all of the, you know, Cajun seasoning, Old Bay, things of that nature. I like to have just a little hint to kind of balance things out. So we got some orange, we got some lemon. We use the zest and juice. We got corn, we got sausage, and mini red potatoes. All right, guys, now we're gonna go ahead and sear the sausage. I like to do this separately. That way I can have time for my water to come up to a boil. We're gonna deglaze this, get all of that flavor, and then add it to the seafood pot. That way we're not missing out on anything. Get that sausage on in there. Help you out. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. We want to get a good sear, good crust, develop some great flavor. Some of that fat's going to render. We're going to toss the onions in there after that and just soak up all that flavor, get it into our pot. All right, guys, we got some very fresh Chesapeake Bay blue crabs still alive. They're moving around, as you can see. We also have some mussels here. So with mussels, you want to soak them in some salt water.
I'm going to cut you off because you say, as you can see, you keep on going. I'm going to show them so they can see.
Go ahead and get on in there.
All right.
So with the mussels, you want to soak them for about 15 minutes in some salt water. Then you want to get like a rag or something to really give them a good scrub. If you see any, they call it beards, any kind of barnacles or anything sticking out, you want to go ahead and get that out of there too. If any of them are open, you want to throw them away because you can't eat those.
Oh, look at that right there.
Grab them by the claw.
Nah, I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys, as you can see, we got a big-ass pot here filled with water. We're going to make the water taste good. That way the seafood tastes good. We got all the seafood that we can find at the store going into this bad boy. We're going to squeeze some oranges, lemons, tons of crab boil, tons of Old Bay, anything else AB wants to throw in here. You want to taste this before you add the seafood to make sure that it tastes good. That way you know your seafood will taste good. All right, guys, when you're doing a seafood boil, you want to start with what takes the longest to cook. And in this case, that's going to be the potatoes and the corn. Depending on the size of your potatoes, if they're larger, you're going to want to put them in ahead of time. These smaller ones, they can go in right there with the corn. Give them a 10-minute head start, and then we'll start throwing in the crabs.
Yeah, they do.
I'm hungry. I ain't eat all day. All right, guys, now it's time to go ahead and add the blue crabs. Sorry, fellas. Got to get you in that hot tub.
It's like they know because they ain't been making no noise on me.
Yeah, they kicking now.
Once you take one out with your tongs, the other one's like, hey, he didn't come back, bro.
They're not going to die in vain, though. They're putting up a fight now.
All right, so we got the blue crab in. Now for the snow crab. Nice, sweet.
Already defrosted.
Already defrosted. You know what? It's a little bit of work, but if you know how to do it, you ask me. I like king crab only because of the, you know, the size of, you know, comes out of it.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't want to hit nobody with the paws. You know what I mean? But this is a nice cluster right here.
All right, guys, now it's time to go ahead and fry the fish. We got the oil up to 350 degrees. Gonna go ahead and drop these on in there. Don't overcrowd your fryer because you're gonna, you know, drastically reduce the temperature of the oil. We're looking for nice golden brown, crispy fried fish.
There's another thing too, just to give up the pro tip. You know how you put the seasoning and the, you know, everything on the outside. Look how it's soaked in. You know what I mean? That's how we gonna have
flour really
adhere.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so look, now I'm trying a different technique. Instead of using the ice cream scoop, we just go ahead and put it in, you know, using just 2, you know, tablespoons. You guys find out which technique you like. I'm kind of liking the, I'm really liking the ice cream scoop.
All right, my friends, as you can see, we have a full spread here. We have the seafood boil, we got the fish fry, we got the hush puppies. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, I'm going to glove up. Ain't nothing left to do but get in here for a taste test.
I'm going to start at the shrimp.
I'm going to crack one of these blue crabs open just in case.
You know what? You got to teach me that, though.
I won't go say it on camera, but you're a man of honor. You gotta pop that little joint out or whatever that's called, and that's gonna take the back piece off there.
All right.
And these are called, this is the lungs basically. You want to remove that. These are still piping hot. You can remove all the lungs, and this is where all of the lump meat is going to be at.
So you break it like almost like a cluster.
Yeah, right in half, and you can see all your lump crab right in there. So that's where you can do most of your damage. If you want to really, comb through all the legs and stuff, you can, but the bang for your bucks will be right in there.
Okay, right by the knuckle. Got you. All right.
Don't get better than that.
Try some of this sausage. I'm gonna need to see you do one more of those like that.
I got you.
All right.
Real quick, guys, this recipe can be found in the Best of Both Worlds cookbook. You can hit the link down below or go to bestofbothworldscookbook.com. Use the code VEGAS at checkout for 15% off, and you'll get a signed copy of the cookbook from he and I. Also, tune in to Make It Happen Media's YouTube channel to see AB on our podcast. That's going to air very soon. We talked about a lot of different topics. Get to know everybody's favorite uncle a little bit better.